Formula 1 is entering a new era in 2026. New rules, new cars, new teams, and a new circuit all arriving at once, resetting the sport in a way rarely seen. In Formula 1, each team builds its own car from the ground up. It's made of more than 13,000 individual parts and developed by teams that often exceed 1,000 full-time staff, all guided by a strict set of rules or regulations. Every few years, these regulations change though, and they usually happen in two main ways. First, there are changes to the chassis of the car, which affect its size, shape, and aerodynamics. Then there are changes to the power unit, which determine how the engine is designed and how power is produced and used. In 2026, we're getting both. The cars will be smaller and lighter, have front and rear wings that can move to create more active aerodynamics, and then simpler floors underneath the car, amongst other details. At the same time, the power unit is being overhauled, shifting to a near 50-50 split between advanced sustainable fuel and electric power, completely different from the engines used last year. This timeline below shows the history of these regulation changes in Formula 1 going back to 1980, with chassis regulation changes shown in red and power unit regulations shown in blue. These cycles or changes are a core part of Formula 1's DNA, introduced to improve safety, reflect advances in road car technology, and evolve how the sport races. What's interesting is when we extend this timeline and overlay team championship results from the modern era, a clear pattern emerges, where the teams that interpret those new rules most effectively early on often find success at the start of a new era, and it's not always the same ones. Most recently, we saw Red Bull in blue and McLaren in orange excel in what's called the ground effect era, Mercedes in gray before that at the start of the V6 turbo hybrid era, and Ferrari in red at the turn of the century. And that's why seasons like this are so exciting to watch. New rules mean every team starts over, building a car from scratch like Lego bricks with no instructions. When the slate is this clean, surprises always follow. Like in 2009 when Braun GP won the championship after coming in 9th the year before. In fact, the last 4 times regulations changed, we saw a new Constructors' Champion in the very first year circled here. Now, all eyes turn to 2026, with new cars, new teams, and a new destination on the calendar. The rules are set, the grid is reset, and the question is simple: who gets it right first? It's all to drive for.